Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, January 17th. It is 6:17 right now. Market's going to open in about 23 minutes, or sorry, 13 minutes. So give me a few moments to finish setting up this room real quick, and then we will get started shortly with our analysis for this morning. So hopefully everyone had a great weekend, long weekend for everybody. Yesterday was a holiday, so market was slightly open, but very, very low in volatility. So we didn't trade yesterday. Yeah, let me go ahead and get everything all set up here and we'll get started in a few moments. So a couple more things here to update. And I think we're good to go. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, link has been sent out. We'll get a few moments for people to make their way in. All right. Post this link in one last place. Hey, Ben Hartwig, how's it going? Morning. All right, I'm just going to post this in one last place, guys, and we should be good to go. So I'll get a few more moments for people to make their way in, and we should be good. All right, perfect. So, all right, guys, looks like people are still making their way in. So good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, January 17th. Yesterday was Monday, January 16th. It was a holiday, so we weren't trading live. So good to see all you guys back here. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend, long weekend to say. But yeah, market is opening in about 10 minutes, guys. Hey, Keonia, morning. Morning, Peter. Morning, everybody. So, all right, let's see. Market is opening shortly. I think there's a couple things here that we need to mark up. Main thing here would probably be news price. Let me check news real quick. So today on January 17th, Tuesday, we had news pre-market right here at 5:30 at Empire State Manufacturing Index. It was negative. Obviously, you can see price looks like it reacted to it. Dropped down a bit. So let me go over here to 5:30 market news. 5:30, which would be right there. So we got 5:30. US news right there. And I think that's it for right now. I don't think there's anything else. Let me see if there's any other news coming up today. No, we have Fed member Williams speaking at 12. This is Fed week, guys, so you guys want to keep that in mind. It's going to be a little risky with like all the other news events coming out, but there's going to be a lot of Fed speakers speaking at least one day, each day this week. So we had one big news event this morning. Then we have the Fed speaking at 12, basically going to go over, the news that was released this morning. Tomorrow we have a high impact news at 5:30. Again, PPI, inflation news, core PPI, retail sales, core retail sales, PPI, and regular retail sales. 6:15, we have some more news. 6:30, have more news. 7 o'clock, more news. There's a lot of news tomorrow, pretty much all throughout the day. And then Thursday, we have another Fed speaker, unemployment claims, Philly manufacturing index, et cetera. So this whole week is Fed week. There's going to be a lot of news. It can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. It can be a good thing because it's going to cause volatility in the market, kind of like what happened this morning. But it could be a bad thing because you're probably going to get a lot of choppiness if, the news contradicts each other. So, anyways, we'll see what plays out in the next, few minutes or so. But yeah, as well, like Karen also mentioned, morning, I'll remember it's Trap Tuesday. Yeah, exactly. So it's not necessarily a good day to take anything too risky because for one, we're coming back from a long weekend. Today's technically the actual Monday for the week. And it was a holiday weekend on Monday. So you're going to see a lot of unusual movement on open. Also pre-market, it was high impact news. So like what Fern's question here is asking, the news wasn't super crazy this morning. Is the breakout still disqualified? Yes, it still is because it's high impact. So, we're going by the requirements. Doesn't matter if it was high impact actually. It was, so it didn't move price like one direction, but it did cause a lot of choppiness right here, Fern. You can see that there was no direction here. Price faked out below, faked out above, came down super heavy, and then corrected right back up. So there actually was a crazy move this morning, even though it didn't move directional, it still is pretty crazy, right? Because price pushed up, faked out, pushed down, faked out, or actually it initially pushed down a fake out, pushed up, then pushed down, then continued back up. It would actually be better if it was a smoother move. So I think this is worse than there just being, a big push to the upside or a big push to the downside, because realistically price is faked out here, faked out to the up, faked out to the bottom, came back up, faked out again. And now it's basically where it was earlier. So price where it's currently at right now is where news price was. So there was actually no movement compared to if there was actually a movement, because if there was a movement to the upside, then we can just continue riding that wave to the upside, right? But there was actually no move here. So this is worse than there being, a directional move. So yeah, it still disqualifies the breakout 2.0. If you want to take it, you're more than welcome to take it. But I think this is worse than there actually being, one directional push, because now you don't even know where price is going. Like realistically, price is bearish right here on the 1 hour, 30 minute, and 10 minute. But there's no guarantee that it's actually going to continue to the bottom. So if you want to take it, feel free. I'll mark it up for you guys. Actually looking at the momentum signal here, it wouldn't even align. So even if you wanted to take it, everything here is bearish, but the momentum signal right here is bullish. So there's no way you could take a sell position even if you wanted to, because there's no alignment with regard to the trend. So yeah, that's why you probably would want it to actually move directional, because if it moved directional based off news, then we actually have a sell signal here, but we have a buy signal. So either way, it does not look like we're having a breakout at all for this morning. I don't think we'll have a breakout at all this whole week because we have news pre-market pretty much every single day. All right, guys, market is opening in about 5 minutes. Just like as I mentioned, guys, it does not look like we're going to have a breakout for this morning, because even though everything here is bearish, we don't have a bearish momentum. Momentum right here is bullish. So unfortunately, no entry for the breakout, but we will be looking for scalps as price continues to, obviously move along. So I think that's it for news this morning. Let me check CNBC real quick if there's any updates. Looks like everything. All right, Apple is releasing their new Mac Mini. Apple announced on Tuesday, new Macs can be purchased through their Mac Pro. All right, so some news right there from Apple. See if there's anything else here to look at. I don't think there's anything else here really. Not specifically. Yeah, there's nothing here really that big. So, I mean, we'll just see where price ends up pushing as we continue along. Looking at sentiment right now. Sentiment's currently 67% short. So we're probably going to be looking for some buys long term, but I think currently at the moment, we're looking for sells. So let's go ahead and take a look at the chart. You can see here price is starting to make its way back to the upside in the direction of sentiment. So I mean, I prefer to take buys here, but we'll see what happens in the next few minutes or so. Hey, Sarah. Morning. Morning, Maria. Morning, everybody. Morning, Gary. All right, guys, market is opening in about 3 minutes. Looking over here on the shorter time frames, everything here is kind of like bouncing around. There's no clear direction right now with regard to overall trend and overall bias. So looking over here on the higher time frames, you can see that price was bearish, but price is attempting to swing right back up as we get closer to market open. So we'll see where this ends up taking us. But yeah, looking at the market right now, there's no clear direction at all. Even for the breakout 2.0, there's no bullish trend. So I mean, looking at here, for either way, there's not going to be any breakout because not because of news, but because there's no direction or a confirmation with regard to overall trend. So the trend here is currently so it is swinging up, but it hasn't confirmed that it's bullish yet. The 30-minute here, same thing. Price is starting to swing above the pivots. However, it hasn't really confirmed that it's bullish right now. So we can't even look for a buy here if we wanted to. There's just no alignment with regard to the requirements here for the breakout 2.0. First, you want to confirm trend. It's impossible for us to confirm it right now because it's technically still bearish. And then also momentum here, there's no sell signal. So there's no way for us to hop into this without really confirming all the requirements. Going back to the shorter time frames over here, there's no confirmation with regard to trend either. Market is going to open in about 1 minute, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and mark up. I'm going to put up the requirements for the strategies here. Momentum scalp failure is number 1. Momentum scalp variation is number 2. And momentum scalp is going to be number 3. But there's nothing that we can really take right now specifically because there just is no direction right now with regard to the there's just no confirmation with regard to the trend. So first requirement for pretty much all strategies is to confirm the trend. And we can't really do that right now because everything here is kind of bouncing back and forth. It's still technically bearish here on the 10-minute, still technically bearish on the 5-minute as well. But on the 1 minute over here, it is bullish. So, all right, guys, market is opening in about 4, 3, 2, 1. Market is now open. All right, so we'll see where this pushes. Back to the breakout 2.0, there's no confirmation of entry here because the 10-minute and 30-minute don't align with regard to the trend. And then also the momentum here does not align either. So no breakout for the day, unfortunately. There could technically be a regular breakout, but we're not really following that strategy. We'll use that in confluence with the breakout 2.0, but for our regular entries, we're not going to be looking at it. So basically for right now, guys, we're looking to confirm the overall trend. Right now, it looks like it can be switching to a bullish trend because price is swinging to the upside. And if it closes above the pivots, then if it continues up, then we can confirm a bullish trend, but we don't have that confirmation just yet. So yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just a matter of patience until we see where price ends up going. We got CNBC, if there's any updates. Typically CNBC will be posting stuff like, pre-market news and stuff like that, or just like a pre-market or a week opening statement, but they didn't have that today for some reason. Usually this might be it right here, breaking news. Dow falls to start the week as earnings seasons rolls on with Goldman Sachs. Share a slide. Yeah, typically they post this up pre-market, but they didn't really have this until now. Nothing too crazy. So there's nothing really big happening, pushing price around. So basically what we'll have to be waiting for here is for the 10-minute to confirm, because the 10-minute right here prior to this initial candle was below the pivot. So this was bearish. If price ends up staying above here, then it'll confirm a bullish switch. But right now we don't have that. it's still considered bearish here on the 10. You can see the trend meter below was completely red and it just turned blue on this most recent candle right here. So it's starting to shift, but it hasn't really confirmed it yet. So until we get a confirmation of a shift in trend, then we're technically still looking for sells here until price does really confirm. So we just got to take it easy, guys. Today is, as you guys know, it's the first day of the trading week. Market is fully opening right now from the long weekend. So you're probably going to see a lot of choppy movement, a lot of erratic spikes, but eventually price will smoothen out and it'll choose its direction for the week. All right, so I'm just waiting right now. Yeah, if there's any questions, guys, feel free to put your questions in the chat, but there's nothing for us to take at the moment. So we're just pretty much waiting until we have a confirmation, mostly on the 10-minute over here, because the 10-minute will be leading once it confirms that, it's going to stay above or below the pivots here. Well, let me go ahead and mark up opening price over here. I think that's about it. I don't think there's any other news for today. So we have opening price right over here at 6:30. Yeah, so main thing we're looking for here is overall trend. Still don't have it. You guys can see on the 1-minute price is pretty much bouncing between these sessions and the opening price. It's coming right back down pretty hard. So as you can see, price pushed up, bounced directly off the sessions. This is why we don't trade at the sessions, because this could cause a lot of manipulation. Here we go, as price continues right back down. So if this is the case here and price continues right back down and it stays below, then it's going to confirm a bearish downtrend. And from there, we can start looking for sells. So the 10-minute over here never confirmed, as you guys can see. The 10-minute, we were waiting for it to close above here and stay above here. It closed above it, but it faked out. So it closed above it, faked out, then it came right back down super hard. So if this is the case here, then we'll probably be looking for some sells. So we need the 10-minute now to confirm that it stays below the pivots. And then the same with the 5-minute over here. We need the 5-minute to stay below the pivots as well. Once we confirm that, we can have an overall downtrend. Once we have an overall downtrend, we can start looking for sells. But at the moment, we just don't have that yet because price is going back and forth. So going back to the 1-minute over here, you can see price came back down and it retested news price. So it literally came down straight to this pink line, which was the 5:30 a.m. news price. And it rejected directly off it. No wick, like literally full body. Came down, touched the news price, spiked back up. And then here we go, as price continues to bounce back up and down. And again, at this point, you can see price is pretty much bouncing off all of these sessions. So if you guys can see these horizontal lines, the green line right there, price bounced directly off it. Blue line right here, price bounced directly off it. Price came back below, bounced directly off news price and sessions. Came back up, retested the sessions right here. So you guys can see this is why we don't trade at these horizontal lines, right? Price always bounces off these price points. So when price gets near it, you're really taking a gamble and you're taking a trade because price can really go either way. It doesn't have to break through it. It doesn't have to bounce off it. But typically that's usually what happens. It does one of the two things. And if you're looking for a trade that's passing these areas, then you really have a 50% chance whether price continues in your direction or it completely reverses on you. So that's why I consider it like a pretty strong red flag when to avoid trades. Going back here to the 5 and 10, you can see price is now below the pivots. Price is really just in a big range. So you can see right here, market open, like right down the middle, shot up, faked out, shot below. And then this right here could be another fake out, or it can be continuation to the downside. So basically, if price stays below here, you can see we have a pending sell signal on the 5. We want that. We want price to stay below. so that we can confirm the trend, but we also need a sell signal on the 5 and a sell signal here on the 10 so that we can confirm overall momentum, because we'll have trend, but we need to have momentum as well aligned with it. Glenn's asking, good morning, Sean. Have you taken a trade already? Not yet. We're still waiting for a confirmation of trends, or we don't have a confirmation of trend across the board yet. Price was initially bearish on open, and then it became bullish, or it was bearish pre-market, and then it was bullish on open, and then now it's coming right back below. So if price stays below here, Glenn, then we'll start looking for some sells, but we don't have any sells yet until we have a confirmation. Same with the breakout for this morning. We wanted to take a sell here, but we didn't have a sell momentum on the 10-minute because it was bearish here on the 1 hour, bearish on the 30-minute, and bearish here on the 10, but there was no sell signal. So we couldn't take the breakout 2.0 for today. So no entries yet. We're just waiting for confirmation here. Once we get the confirmation, then we'll start looking for trades in that direction. Rashida is asking, would that be considered a regular breakout, the sell signal on the 1 minute? Let me check real quick, Rashida. Yes, that would be correct. So Rashida's asking if this candle right here would have been a breakout, like a regular breakout. Depending if you're confirming the trend, like if you're confirming the trend, then no, because this hasn't confirmed a downtrend. But if you're just going based off, momentum directly, because I know there's different ways we were applying the original breakout, then you could have just taken it. Like if you wanted the bare bone breakout strictly off momentum, this right here would be the breakout entry, since the trend wouldn't really matter. I mean, it was right in the middle of a bunch of red flags, so that's why I personally wouldn't have taken it. But yeah, you're correct. If you did see this here would have been the regular breakout, and I think it did hit TP, right? Or it's about to, if it's still pushing. Yeah, it just hit TP right now. So yeah, that would have been the regular breakout, but I don't typically apply that on its own. What if I do take the breakout, the regular one, it's going to be in conjunction with the 2.0. So the 2.0 is going to identify the overall direction. And then the regular breakout, original, I would basically use this to identify, the move within the move. So yeah, you're right. That would have been a regular breakout. So if there was a breakout 2.0 and I saw this over here like you did, I would have taken it. Because I would have taken it for a partial move, because odds of it hitting are very likely. So all right, we're still waiting for confirmation of trend here, guys. It looks like it's going to be bearish though, so we might be ready to look for some entries soon. All right, so we got the sell signal pending right here on the 5. This candle has about 10 seconds left on it. I'm hoping it closes with the sell signal. If not, then we got to wait for the sell signal to actually close for the other entries, because everything else requires momentum as well, aside from the momentum scalp failure. So, all right, we have a sell signal right here on the 5. We don't have a sell signal on the 10 yet. So we still need a sell signal here to close. However, the one strategy that will work right now specifically would be the momentum scalp failure. So we're not going to have a momentum scalp yet because we don't have a confirmation of momentum. And then same with the momentum scalp variation. In order for us to have these two entries here, we need a sell signal on the 10-minute time frame. However, if we get a buy signal here on the 1, then this would technically mean a possible entry for a momentum scalp failure. But the thing that you guys want to be careful for here, I know a lot of you guys are excited to take some trades because this is the first trading day of the week. The thing that you want to be careful for is that price is very overextended right now. So from this high point to this low point right here, there's been no retracement. Price has dropped a total of 1,540 pips. So we definitely want to be careful with entry here. If I see one momentum scalp failure, I'm probably not going to take the first one unless there's an alignment with momentum. So I'll probably let this one go. If this one comes up, I'll let this one go alone and I'll just let it play out if it does play out. But if I see a momentum scalp variation right after, then this is where I'm going to make my entry. I'm either going to make my entry on this or I'm going to make my entry on this. I'm not going to take the risk on taking the first one just yet, because the volatility right now is just a little too high and price is overextended. It hasn't retraced yet. So I'm worried that if I do take a momentum scalp failure, price is still going to retrace up, pretty heavily before it ends up coming, obviously, right back down. So just be smart, guys. I mean, today's not necessarily the day to take like crazy risk. I mean, yeah, if you see something that's really good, then you obviously take it. But At the moment, we don't have that confirmation yet because price just faked out from the upside and came right back down super hard. And then you can see the 1 minute over here starting to have some erratic push as well. This price continues to, obviously bounce around. So what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for the sell signal to close here on the 10. That's the main thing I'm looking for at the moment. If we get the sell signal here, then we're going to have alignment of trend and also momentum. But it's due for retracement. It's going to have to retrace at some point. So that's why I'm kind of being a little patient and cautious with my entries here. All right, so just waiting for this here to play out. Again, guys, this is probably going to be a momentum scalp failure entry, but as I mentioned, I'm not going to be taking it because price is due for retracement. So I'll wait for the next entry to come up. But if this does close with a if this closes with a buy signal, then yeah, this would technically be a momentum scalp failure entry, which should be this one over here. So I'll mark it up for you guys. But again, I'm probably not going to take it right away because it's just overextended. So no entry there. It still hasn't closed with the retracement signal. That'd have been a huge drop though, right? So if that sell signal there closed, it had it pending prior. If it closed earlier and it ended up providing for an entry, that would have went straight to TP. So we'll just keep waiting. Turn my alerts on over here as well so that we don't miss anything. All right, the 10-minute here is still pending. Let me go and check these Forex pairs over here as well. So if you guys have been looking at the Forex market, guys, there's still no confirmation of direction. I mean, we're coming back from the long weekend. It's still early in the year. So the Forex market is still not really moving smoothly yet. So that's why I haven't really been taking any entries yet. Hopefully starts to pick up today, though. I think this week, though, eventually it'll start to pick up, though, for sure. All right, so no confirmation here yet. We still don't have that sell signal here on the 10. It's going to be necessary for us to lock that in before we look for any other entries. All right, so we got a pending momentum scalp failure again right here on the 1 minute, but we still don't have the sell signal here on the 10. I think that's the main focus right now. If we get that sell signal here on the 10, then this is going to confirm, overall direction of trend and overall direction of bias. Once we have that, we can definitely look for some sells, but at the moment we just don't have that yet. Still has about 4 minutes left on this candle too. So we'll see here if this ends up closing. If this here closes with a buy signal, this will technically be a momentum scalp failure. But as I mentioned, I'm not looking to take any trades just yet because there's no confirmation of overall direction of trend and momentum. And price is kind of due for retracement right here. So I'm not looking to take any entries here specifically. Let's see, question from Grace. Grace is asking, are US30 trades only called live, or are they also put into premium chats? They're only live, Grace. We're scalping US30, so it's impossible for us to call signals for this. By the time I call the signal, we would already be out in profit. So if this is your first session, I do recommend watching the previous sessions. These trades come by really quickly, so it's impossible for us to post them as signals. They're only taken as live trades. So, and it's important that you understand the strategies that we're applying as well. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, just rewatch the most recent live sessions and mentoring sessions. And each of those videos will show you exactly what we're applying. We're always applying these 3 strategies. So it's not too difficult to understand everything. But if you're new, then you probably won't be able to anticipate these moves. And these trades here come in order. So typically we'll get this one first. This is the one that's currently about to show up. If we have a buy signal here, that's the one that's going to show up first. And then after that, it'll be followed by a momentum scalp variation and a momentum scalp. So these all come in order. Zach's asking what TP stop loss we're doing right now. Let me check. So with the volatility right now, Zach, we're probably going to use the 2550 because I'm just measuring it to see where price is currently at. I think the 1030 split would be a little too tight. Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm probably gonna use the 2550. It's up to your preference though. If you want to use a tighter one, because I know other people in the group still use this tighter TP stop loss. I mean, they both work. It's just the I like to have some cushion there. So I'm probably going to use the 2550. But with this here, I'm probably going to, so if I don't feel comfortable about the position, I'll probably move my stop loss in profit. And I'll let you guys know if I'm doing that. But I'm going to stick with the 2550 for now. If the volatility dies down a lot, then I'll go back to the 1030. But I think for right now, you know, based on the market movement, we should probably use the 2550 just for right now specifically. Let's see, another question from Grace. Grace is asking, how come you use YM futures instead of US30? Because YM is the actual asset. So if you can see right here, it shows, you know, typically if you're using US30, so if you type in US30, you're pulling data from these brokers, right? Currency.com, Blackbull.com, Capital.com, Pepperstone, ACAP, etc. These are all delayed, right? Because they're not directly from the exchange. YM right here is the actual data. So if you type in YM, you have to pay for this data. That's why I pay extra to have this data. I get this directly from the Chicago Board of Trade. So directly from the exchange, you have basically the raw data, which is not going to have, you know, any disconnection because you're getting it directly from the exchange. And then also all the other tools here work perfectly fine. So better data, faster data, more accurate data, and it's directly from the exchange. So this is raw price here compared to, if you look at a broker, all the pricing is like way different. So if you look at like any of these other brokers here on US30, pricing is going to be different. Data is going to be different. It's not going to be accurate because all of these are just copies from YM, which is the actual data. So that's why we use YM. I mean, a lot of people don't know that. It's a little thing that like, well, I knew it from the start, but I just never really wanted to pay for the data. But now that we've been using YM, it's been like way more accurate. So yeah, I mean, it's up to preference. If you don't want to pay for the data, then you can still use US30, but you're not going to have the fastest data, especially if you're scalping. The fastest data is required, right? You can't have laggy data or you're going to be into the trade at bad entry points. So that's why we use YM. All right, there's no entry here yet, guys. I mean, price is still kind of bouncing around. We're looking for that buy signal over here. We're looking for the buy signal here for the momentum scalp failure, but we don't have that confirmation yet. Looking over here on the 10-minute did not close with that sell signal, so we still don't have a confirmation of momentum yet. We have confirmation of trend, so everything here is bearish. However, the trend here is not confirmed yet, so there's no confirmation of that at the moment. We're still waiting for that to play out. Grace is asking, so it aligns better with broker price? Not at all. So that's not the case here. We're talking about data. Pricing is different between brokers. So if you look at any broker, pricing is always going to be different. This is the raw pricing, but this doesn't mean that your broker is basing their price off the actual pricing. That's how brokers make money. That's why. So for example, if you look here, the raw price for this is 34,241, right? If you look at MT4 FTMO, the price is currently 34,132. So there's a big split between price, right? It's off by like $100. That's how brokers make money. So if you're going to buy in at a higher price, but the real price is lower, you're going to put in your order through a broker and they're going to sell it back to the exchange for a profit, right? For a premium. So that's the spread between the bid and ask price, but this is the raw price. So this is actual price. So if you look at any broker, pricing is always going to be different. It's going to be off by like, you know, $100, $10, $20, etc. And that's going to equate to like maybe 10 or 20 pips. So pricing is not going to be the same. Pricing is always going to be different. It doesn't matter which broker you're using. If you're using Owanda as your broker, 8cap, FTMO, MFF, you're going to see that price is always different. So whenever you're trading US30, it makes more sense to trade off directional moves. So whenever we enter a trade here, it's never off price, it's off movement. So if we see an entry here, we're going to enter, but it's going to be faster than FTMO. So like typically if you enter a trade here off YM, you're going to be maybe a second or 2 seconds, maybe not 2 seconds, a second or a half a second ahead of FTMO. So as soon as you enter your trade here, you're like automatically in profit on FTMO because it's kind of like arbitrage, right? You're getting in at an early price and you're getting in at the real price versus the laggy data that's on these other brokers, because the brokers copy YM. So just put this as an example. Let me see. Okay, so this right here is the exchange YM, right? And this right here is your broker. So your broker is in between you and the actual exchange right here. And then you're going to be at the end over here. So in order for you to put an order in, you go through your broker and then they sell you the, whatever asset at whatever price they want, and then they sell it back to the exchange and then they get the difference. See the difference there? So if you want raw price or the closest price, you would trade the actual future, not the indice. The indice is not a real asset. It's just a copy of this. So if you look at NASDAQ, like NASDAQ, the real indice or the real price is off NQ. This is the actual future. Same with S&P. If you're trading S&P, ES is like the actual future. So these are the raw data directly from the exchange. So you can see right here, I'm taking this data, NASDAQ from the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And then same with S&P, I'm pulling this data directly from the exchange. So it's not altered at all. Whenever you get it from the broker, it's altered. So it's a little different, but yeah, as you guys can see, it makes a little, it starts to make sense after a while. But if you're trading directly off the exchange data, you have the fastest data. So it's good to base your trades off the exchange data, but then your entry price points are not going to match up. So whatever price I'm entering here or whatever price I'm entering, I'm just entering at movement, not necessarily off actual price. Yeah, no problem, Grace. I think it's a really good tool and it's a really good thing to know. Because ever since we started trading on YM, we've been having a head start on like literally every trade, which is good because it covers spread right away. All right, so looking over here at price, there's still not very much movement. Looking at this here now, Zach, I think it might look like we might have to use a smaller TP stop loss because the volatility died down a lot. So I'll let you guys know when there's an entry here, what we decide to use. But I think right now, just looking at where price is currently at, we might have to use a smaller TP stop loss because the volatility is just very, very low. All right, so we still don't have a sell signal here on the 10. Everything aligns with the 5 though. Yeah, price is pretty much in a range, like Maria said. There's not really too much going on right here. Yeah, it's just going sideways. Okay, so now that we're like kind of in a bearish trend, let me go over the requirements again. So looking at the first requirement here, first you want to confirm the overall trend on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 10-minute time frames. Looking over here on the 1 minute, you can see price is obviously bearish, and you can confirm that by looking at how price is below the pivots with the trend meter red and the pivots angling down. So with number 1 over here, this confirms that price is in a downtrend. Looking over here on the 5 minute, price is also in a downtrend because you're looking for the same thing. As you guys can see right here, price is below the pivots, trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. This confirms the downtrend on the 5. And then lastly, here on the 10, you can see, of course, here price is doing the same thing, right? Price is below the pivots, trend meter is red, and the pivots are angling down. So Overall trend over here on the shorter time frames is bearish. We're also looking for a confirmation of bearish momentum. So right here on the 5-minute, you can see the most recent momentum signal is a sell signal. This is going to confirm bearish momentum. Right here on the 10-minute, you can see there's a pending sell signal. If this closes here, then this is going to confirm bearish momentum and bearish trend with regard to the 5-minute and 10-minute time frame. So with that said, we'll be looking for sells here. However, we need this here to actually close with that sell signal intact. So, all right, guys, it's just going to be a matter of patience. We're just going to be waiting for, confirmations here, looking for entries. Looks like Dejan over here actually took one entry here on the 1-minute. We're not applying this strategy anymore during the live sessions, but if you guys are familiar with my strategies here, Dejan here took a variation V2. So my old strategies still work perfectly fine, but we're trying to stay in conjunction with these 3 strategies here. So I'm not necessarily looking at any other strategies, but this entry right here was the one that Dejan took. It was a variation V2. So confirm overall bias. Obviously, everything here is bearish. Confirm the high low. There's a high low right there. Confirm the high has a green candle right there. Confirm, actually, this would be a V1 or a V2. I mean, depending on which one you're looking at. This would be a V2 because it fits criteria, and then also be a V1 because there was a double body. So overall bias is bearish. Confirm the high low right there. Confirm candle following high low is a double body or double wick and double body right there actually. And then you take that for a short position right here, which is what Dejan did, and he hit his full TP. So nice work, Dejan. But again, we're not applying this strategy during the live anymore. So if you guys know my strategies and you guys have my indicators, you guys can apply it as you like. But for right now, we're just focusing on these 3 strategies right here. None of them have come up yet, but the first one that will be coming up would be the momentum scalp failure, this one right here. So we're pretty much just waiting for confirmation here. We still don't have confirmation on the 10. You can see here that price is still bouncing back and forth, which is anticipated. Like we kind of anticipated this for Monday because, it's the first trading day of the week. I wasn't expecting any smooth movement today. Also, we had high impact news pre-market. So I think the market's going to be a little rocky until we get to, I guess, tomorrow, because tomorrow is Fed. Well, I mean, this entire week is Fed week. We have Fed member Williams speaking today at 12. He's going to cover the news from this morning. And then tomorrow we have more news. We have Fed member Harker speaking, Fed member Logan, and unemployment claims. Yeah, so we have 2 Fed members speaking tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, morning to afternoon. And then we have core PPI, core retail sales, PPI and retail sales pre-market. So we got some high impact news coming tomorrow pre-market. This will probably push price one way or the other. And then we have Fed members speaking right after to discuss on it. All right, perfect. So we have a confirmation of a strong sell bias now with regard to trend and momentum. So right here, we have price below the pivots on the 5 and 10. That confirms a bearish trend. We now have a sell signal here on the 10 and a sell signal right here on the 5. So we're about ready to take all of our entries here as they come up. Again, as I mentioned, for the momentum scalp failure, I'm probably going to skip this one first. If I do decide to take it, I'll let you guys know. But I think for the most part, I'm probably going to skip this one first. I'll let this one play out. And then if I have another entry that comes up like a momentum scalp variation, I'll enter on this one here. This candle right here is pretty huge. If this is a case where the candle starts to be really big again, we're going to have to switch back to the 2550. So like what Zach was asking earlier, he's asking what's our TP stop loss for the moves right now. Currently, we're looking at the smaller TP stop loss, 130, well, 100, 300. But at this point right here, it's kind of volatile. It's a little too volatile now. So we might have to shift from 1030 back to 2550. Well, we'll see. I mean, the market's starting to get a little volatile right here, but you don't want to overdo it because if your TP is too far, you're going to be stuck in this position for too long. And I think right now with these types of conditions, it's better to get in and out rather quickly. If you can get in and out with profit right away, I think that's probably going to be the best move, especially if price starts to jerk, like it starts to jerk around a bit, because it looks like it's starting to jerk around a bit. It was going sideways, kind of spike down, spike right back up. This here would technically be a momentum scalp failure. But again, as I mentioned, I'm not taking the momentum scalp failure yet. It needs to close with a buy signal though. So buy signal right there. This would technically be a momentum scalp failure. Again, I'm not taking this trade. I'm going to wait for the next entry, which would be a momentum scalp variation. So I'm not in this position right here because price is due for retracement and it's retracing back super hard. So definitely not entering this yet. I'm going to wait for the next one to come up. So if it corrects back down, great, but I'm not going to take the risk and hop into this right away. Actually, so I take that back. Thanks, Rashida, for confirming that. The volume here was actually above average. So I was waiting for it to close, but the volume here is just way too high. Looking at the requirements, first you want to confirm overall trend, which is bearish. Second, you want to confirm retracement momentum signal on the 1 minute, which is right there. Third, you want to confirm volume is below average. Volume over here was above average. So thanks, Rashida, for confirming that there was no entry there for the momentum scalp failure. And it would just fit with my criteria as well. So now that I saw that there, I was like, okay, I'm not going to take it because for one, the candle's too big. Two, prices were tracing back up. And for three, Rashida here also confirmed that the volume here was above average. So yeah, this here did not fit criteria. Thanks, Laura, and thanks, Rashida, for confirming that. Yeah, I was already not planning on taking it, so it wouldn't make a difference. But yeah, good thing that you guys mentioned that because now we can confirm that it's not an actual entry for that strategy. So basically, no momentum scalp failure. We're looking for this strategy here now. So going down to the momentum scalp variation, first you want to confirm the overall trend. As you can see from earlier, everything here is still bearish. So bearish on the 5 minute, bearish on the 10 minute, bearish momentum. We have a sell signal here, sell signal here. So we have a bearish momentum and a bearish trend. So first requirement, confirm overall trend, it's bearish. Second, confirm momentum aligns on the 5 and 10, also bearish. Third, confirm retracement momentum signal on the 1 minute. We have that right here. Fourth, confirm price close past pivots and retracement on the 1 minute, which it did. It's above the pivots right here. Number 5, confirm price close past pivots in correction of overall trend. So with that said, we're now looking for price to close back below the pivots. If we get price to close below the pivots over here, then it's going to fulfill the 5th requirement and we can enter on the candle close. So the main thing we're looking for here right now is we're basically just waiting for price to close below the pivots. That's the main thing. If we can get that, then there's going to be an entry here for a momentum scalp variation. So we'll see where that goes. Yeah, I think with the increased volatility, we got to use the bigger TP stop loss. Because the volatility here is just a little too high. I'm changing my TP stop loss here. Okay, so we're basically waiting for the price to close below the pivots over here. Let me clean this up so we can actually see it. So if we get a red candle that closes below the pivots, then that's going to be an entry right here for a momentum scalp variation. We're on step 5 right now. We're just waiting for price to close past the pivots in correction of overall trend. Got about 10 seconds left on this candle. Probably on the next one, it'll close below, but right now we definitely don't have it yet. Yeah, no confirmation yet. Still waiting for it. So the lowest pivot here is going to be this yellow pivot. So basically we need a red candle to close below this yellow pivot right here. Question from Kiona. Yeah, we're looking for sells right now, Kiona, because overall trend and overall momentum is bearish right now. So we're obviously looking for sells. We just gotta wait for that confirmation. So I'm just waiting for this red candle here to close below this yellow pivot. It has to be like a clear close though. It can't be like on the pivot and give us like room to think, right? We have to like for sure need to confirm that it actually closes below it. So if it closes on the pivot, definitely not going to take it. But if it closes like cleanly below it, And that's going to be entry for the momentum scalp variation right here. And then following that, we might get a sell signal for regular momentum scalp as well. All right, so you can see price is having trouble getting back below, right? Price will come down, bounce directly off the pivots, come back down again, bounce directly off the pivots. Here goes with another attempt right here. Hopefully this actually breaks and closes below, but if not, it might just be another bounce, but we'll see. Here, Dejan's profits so far. Dejan is up 330 for the day. Nice work, Dejan, from that sell he took earlier. Still waiting for this here to close. Here's Deswell. Deswell said had a rough start, but he made it right back. So he had one loss this morning. Made it right back. He's now up 3,642 for the day. Nice work, Deswell. All right, still waiting for this to close below. If we get a sell signal here, guys, and price ends up closing below the pivots, then it's going to be an entry for both a momentum scalp variation and also a regular momentum scalp. So these two might be a double entry off the same candle if we get a sell signal that closes below the pivots, which is going to make it even more high probable of a move. But right now we're just getting, I don't like the way price is moving right now. It's very choppy. It's not necessarily going directional at all. It kind of just went into a range here. So price was ranging down here. It broke out above. Now it's back into a big range again right here. And there's no confirmation of direction. Because price is really just going sideways right here. It's not necessarily a good time to make entry. Basically when price is ranging like this, it's preparing for a breakout. So it can either break out in your direction straight to your TP, or it can break out in direction straight to your stop loss, which is not a good, it's not a good confluence. So going back over here to the 5 and 10, this is starting to not look good. If this here closes with a buy signal, then it's not going to meet criteria because we need momentum here to be aligned, right? So we're still looking for the possible sell here, but looking over here on the 5, this is starting to kind of throw us off a bit because we need this here to stay with a sell signal. This here can't have a buy signal at all. If it has a buy signal, no entry at all. We need everything here to be bearish with regard to trend and also momentum. All right, let's see where it goes. Still nothing there yet. But this 5 minute here is what's kind of throwing me off because we can't have a buy signal there for entry. All right, still no confirmation. If the 5 here ends up closing with a buy signal, then this is going to have to restart our analysis because that's going to, it's basically going to disregard the second requirement. Question from Charles. Charles asking, but the market is in a range, right? I mean, technically it is, but not necessarily. I mean, depending on which time frame you're looking at, Charles. Are you looking on the 1 minute? Are you looking on the 10 minute? Are you looking on the hour? I mean, price is still bearish here on the 1 hour and 30 minutes. So if you look on the higher time frames, 1 hour, 30 minute, 10 minutes, still bearish. The only time frame that price is ranging in right now is a 1 minute. So I wouldn't necessarily say the market is in a range. I'd say the 1 minute is in a range, but not the market. It's still bearish right here on the other time frames. So it just depends on what you're looking at. But I mean, the 1 minute's not going to show you what the market's doing, right? It's just showing you what's happening right now. But that's why we use our entries here on the 1 minute in conjunction with the higher time frame. So we look at the 5, it's bearish here. We look at the 10, it's bearish here. So this confirms that it's technically bearish. Yeah, price is ranging on the 1 minute, but it's not necessarily a strong range. It just got into this range right now. So price was ranging below, it shot up above, now it's ranging again right here. But I wouldn't consider it like a strong range. It's only been in this range for like maybe 5 or 6 minutes. If it was ranging for a long time, like say, for example, down here, this was in a range for like 20 minutes, right? 20, 25 minutes. So this range right here isn't really established as a strong range. It's only been in here for like maybe 10 minutes max. Yeah, no problem, Charles. But we still don't have an entry here, guys. So the 5 minute still has a pending buy signal right there, which is not a good sign. We also have a pending buy signal here on the 10 minute. So this is not a good area to trade. Basically, whenever you trade, well, if you ever trade with me, I'm only looking for these high quality trades. So if we have these possible inconsistencies here, then it's obviously not going to be a good move, right? Because you want to make sure that this trade is going to be absolutely sure it's going to push in that direction. All right, price looks like it might be correcting back down. We have a pending buy signal here on both the 5 and 10. So this is kind of, it's going to be a bit of a risky entry. But I'm going to see here if it ends up closing below. If it doesn't end up closing below, then no entry, and we're just going to have to wait for the requirements to line up again. But you guys can see it's having trouble getting past the pivots. Right here on the 1 minute, it's had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts right here, 5 different candles back to back, trying to get past these pivots here. But every time price gets below there, it just bounces right back up. All right, another pending sell signal right here on the 1. Here we go with another attempt. I think this is the 6th attempt to break below the pivots. It's tested, but it hasn't broken below it yet. I have 30 seconds left on this candle here. See if this ends up. I mean, it's getting closer and closer. It just keeps inching below the pivots, but it hasn't really closed below it yet. It's got 20 seconds left on it. The volume here is below average though, so I don't know if this is necessarily going to be a great entry. All right, so this is going to be a sell right there, guys. See if I get into it. So I'm waiting for a little bit right here because the volume here was below average, but I'm going to see if I can get into it as price comes back down. So I'm going to let it swing up a little bit, and if it comes back down, I'll hop into it. Let me check the range over here to see how far. Yeah, I think 25.50 would be good for this one. I think 100 might be a little too tight, or 300 might be a little too tight. So let's see, the volume here is below average. I'm waiting for it to kind of bounce around a bit. I'm going to make this entry as it swings back down. Let me have my sell stop there. All right, so I'm in the position now, guys. Let's see where it's currently at. Let me check the 5 and 10. So this is still kind of throwing me off a little bit because it has the pending buy signal here. But the entry came before this buy signal closed. So this entry here is still valid because it never closed. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to set an alert to let me know where price is at. So this is going to be an entry for 2 different strategies. Currently in profit right now. Let's see. It's looking all right. Just watching it. I'm in profit about 1,000 right now. Oh shit, I accidentally put a trailing stop in. Oh, that's fine. Let me turn on my trailing stop. There goes, price drops lower. I have a trailing stop on, guys. So my stop loss is in profit already. Oh, fuck, it closed me out. Okay, so I forgot that I had a trailing stop placed on because I was making a video explanation the other day, and I forgot that I had my trailing stop turned on. So I already got out in profit already, guys. If you guys want to get out in profit too, you're more than welcome. But I just want to give you guys, be transparent and let you guys know I'm out of the position. I locked in 1,300 on this trade. Yeah, sorry guys, I forgot I had my trailing stop turned on. I was wondering why my stop loss was moving with my trade, but it's okay. It still pulled me out in profit. I got partial 1,310. But yeah, I forgot that I had my trailing stop turned on at 100. So as soon as it dropped 100 in profit, it just kept the trailing stop was following it. Nice. So yeah, Keonia actually took it for a TP of 100, 300. I would have made more profit, but it's all good. So there you go, guys. There was an entry right there for both two strategies right here, momentum scalp variation and momentum scalp. So you guys can see what patience can pay off if you just wait for these perfect entries. The entries will come to you guys. If you guys can just be patient and not like, hop into something or fall into something, you'll get these good trades as they come along. So nice work. Kenny over here locked in 130. Nice work, Kenny. Yeah, I caught it. Looks like I caught it. Kenny caught it. Cameron caught it. Dejan caught it. Nice work, guys. So I'm just give you guys a little update right here. Nice. Zach caught it as well. He's up 0.5 today. Nice work, Zach. Yeah, if you can do that every day, Zach, lock in a couple of these entries every single day, you'll be perfectly fine with, reaching your goal. Nice. Yeah, Natasha said she caught it trading on her phone, so she has to be careful. Yeah, no, be careful on your phone, guys. I personally don't recommend trading on your phone, but if you have to, you got to do what you got to do. I know you're back in the office, I believe, right, Natasha, on certain days. I'm glad that you're still here with us. All right, so Kenny over here locked in 130 off that trade. Nice work, Kenny. Christian over here locked in 723 for the day. Nice work, Christian. Solid with the patience right there, Christian. I know you're waiting for that entry too. Jonathan over here took the trade as well, full TP, locked in 542 for the day. Nice work, Jonathan. Your new setup is really playing out, right? Jonathan just got a new monitor here, so he was ready to go yesterday. Maria over here as well. She locked in a total profit of 106. Nice work, Maria. I can see the green strip right here. She circled it. She let this trade run to full TP. Trusted the move and let it play out perfect. Nelly over here got his full TP as well, locked in a total profit of 655. Total profit for the day 655. Nice work, Nelly. Yeah, he let it run to full TP, but unfortunately, it didn't give him that green strip. Here's Cameron over here. Cameron said time for class. So Cameron over here just traded with us this morning. He's back in college. Total profit of 1,835 for the day. Nice work, Cameron. All wins, no losses. So solid work right there. And then we have Dejan over here, done for the day as well. Currently up 1,315 for the day. Nice work, Dejan. All right, guys, solid work so far. What's happened here? Well, whatever. So Surge Trader, like one of the funding companies, they're doing a contest and I added it to my copier. I don't know if they're allowing my copier because I'm looking at my copier right now and that account did not copy my trade. Fucking whack. I just wanted to see how Surge Trader worked because I wanted to use them as one of my thing, but they didn't copy my trade. It's all good. I don't think they allow copiers, but whatever. They're doing a contest basically. I signed up under Kodi Trades and I was gonna try to make their leaderboard, but they're not copying my trade. So I guess the copiers don't work with their platform. Yeah, so here are my profits so far, guys. Locked in 1,300 off my FTMO number 1, 1,500 off my FTMO number 2, 1,460 off my MFF number 1, 2, and 3. TFF, of course, gave me less profit as usual, 765. And then my Surge Trader account right here gave me 0 because they didn't copy my trade, which is all good. I was assuming that they were probably going to do that, but it's all good. There's a momentum scalp failure right here, guys. Unfortunately, I missed it. I did see Rashida mention it right there. So thanks, Rashida, for the heads up. The volatility here is a little low, so you probably want to use a smaller TP stop loss, 100 pips. Looks like it's going to hit TP. Yeah, I mean, depending on your TP stop loss, if you used 100, you would have hit your TP right there already. So we have another possible entry coming up right after. It's going to be a momentum scalp variation. if it closes below. It should be right there. So we'll see how this closes right here. Oh man, the candles are moving super volatile right now, so I'm not able to get in right away. I wasn't able to get into this. I'm gonna see if I get in late. Yeah, it's been kind of blocky, the movement here. As soon as the candle closed, it just spiked up a little bit, so I didn't get in right away. All right, what I'm gonna do here is I'm not in this position yet, guys. I'm waiting for it to come back down. So if it comes back down, I'll enter it. But right now, I'm just waiting. I'm gonna go ahead and take a screenshot of my profits real quick. The volatility is kind of choppy today, guys. Like sometimes it's moving quickly and sometimes it's moving slow. I think right now it seems like it's moving pretty slow. Because like earlier it was moving super quickly. We were able to go for the full 250 pips. And then now it's kind of like died down a bit. It's got pretty much flat. Oh, does the 5-minute have a buy signal? Sorry, guys. Shit. Okay, there's actually no entry right here, guys. So I'm going to cancel it. Sorry, guys. I didn't check the 5 over here. Thanks, Christian, and Eric for the heads up. But yeah, there's no entry here, guys, for the momentum scalp variation. I didn't get into the trade yet because it was still pending, but I'm just going to cancel it now because there's no entry there. We need the sell signal to be here on the 5-minute as well. So we need a sell signal on both the 5 and 10 in order to confirm the direction. We do have a downwards trend, but we don't have momentum there yet. So yeah, if you guys aren't in the position, you can probably just cancel it. Thanks, guys, for the heads up. I didn't get a chance to look at the 5, but now that we've seen it, obviously it's not going to meet criteria. So, all right, we're basically just looking for a sell signal to come up here on the 5. Once we get that sell signal, we can start looking for entries. So again, guys, just time to be patient and wait for this to, obviously to play out. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so I try to close my a trade on my MT4. It did close, but I had to close it late. So it actually filled my order and it closed for like partial profit, but it's okay. That trade's not going to count. Damn, that would have been a good trade too if it closed, right? Because it literally went straight to TP right there. So I got in for a partial move. Now I got to screenshot my profits again because there's another trade that was added to it, which is fine. Fucking TFF. I hate TFF, guys. Let me show you guys my profits for TFF. They gave me a loss on that trade. Man, TFF is the worst. Okay, they're probably not the worst, but they're up there. TFF gave me negative on that. All right, so we're waiting for a sell signal to come up here on the 5, guys. Until we get that, we have no entries to take at the moment. We just need an alignment of momentum. But let me show you guys my TFF. Man, TFF never fails. I don't know what's going on, but they're always off by like at least 500. Zach said, I'm down 1K in a trade right now. Should I leave? Which trade are you in, Zach? You should be in profit. If you took the trade earlier, you should be like deep in profit right now, right? I'm trying to figure out what trade you're in because we only had sells. Oh, you must have taken your own trade then, right? I mean, I don't know because I don't know. Well, the variation is still in profit right here, isn't it? Which one did you take? Oh, he's good now. Okay. All right, solid. Yeah, I would get out in profit if you could, Zach. I mean, you should be able to get out in profit now. But yeah, okay, awesome. Yeah, you got me kind of worried there for a second. I wasn't sure what position you were in, but yeah, no, good work there. Anyways, let me take my individual profits. Man, I really hate TFF, guys. Like, it's so annoying that like I'm making like 500 profit on all my other accounts, but then my TFF, like for whatever reason, always gives me negative, at least 500 negative. For now that I think of it, if I'm making 500 on my other accounts, TFF is off by like 1,000. MFF's fine. Let's see. And there's like no point in complaining to TFF because they're not going to do anything about it anyways. I already complained to them even on their Discord, and I sent them screenshots in their Discord, and it didn't do anything. All right, so we still don't have a sell signal here on the 5, and we have a pending sell signal, but it doesn't align with the 1 minute here. Anyways, let me just send my screenshots of my profits real quick. All right, so here we go. All right, we have the pending sell signal here on the 5. So if this closes, then we'll have entry, but we don't have that yet. Anyways, here are my profits right here so far for the day. I'm up 1,770 on my main account. You can see the green strip right here for that other account that, the other trade that I tried to close out, but it didn't close out until it was already filled. Partial profit on that one. This one again, my FTMO number 2 locked in 1,970. MFF number 1, 1,770. MFF number 2, same 1,770. 1,770 on my MFF number 3, and then my TFF over here. I don't think TFF allows scalpers, guys. They keep changing the rules, so I don't really recommend TFF to anybody. But you can see here the huge discrepancy, right? My main account over here, I made 1,500, and they only gave me 800 here. So they basically took away like half of the profit. And then right here, they gave me negative 500, while my FTMO over here gave me 460. So you guys can see there's an obvious issue here with TFF. They either don't allow scalpers anymore, or I don't know, their servers just sucks. It's not even off by that much. It was off by like a few seconds. So my exit over here happened at about 21:59. My exit here happened about 3 seconds later. So there's obviously some issue with them, because if I was still in this trade here, I should have made even more profit because the slippage should have been in my favor, right? So I think TFF is just screwing around. I don't recommend them to anybody. Yeah, Van Hartwig said TFF stands for thieves. Yeah, no, I agree. It's such BS. It's like whenever I get funded with TFF, they change the rules for some reason, and then it just ends up screwing me. So I'm going to keep using this account until it doesn't work anymore. Because I'm pretty sure, eventually it's not going to be good long term, because it's not going to line up with the other profits. And then from there, I'm not going to sign up for any more TFFs. They're not worth the issue at all. Yeah, Peter said TFF is a new funding talent. I know, it's super annoying. It's annoying, but what can we do, right? All right, guys. Anyways, those are my profits so far. If you guys have any more profits to post up, feel free to post them up. Christian said he closed when he was in profit. Doesn't count since it was a mistake. So yeah, Christian over here also took the sell, locked in at 348 for the day. Nice work, Christian. Yeah, it's not an account towards the official trades because it wasn't an official trade. The requirements weren't met. Anelli over here locked in a total profit of 1,712 for the day. All wins, no losses. Nice work, Anelli. And that's pretty much it for right now. I'll take a screenshot of all my accounts again so far for the week. All right, so we'll continue on with our analysis here. We have this pending sell signal here on the 5. We're just waiting for this here to close. Once this closes, we can start looking for some more sells. But at the moment, we just don't have that right now, specifically. I think this is from last week. News price right there. I don't think there was news at 7, right? Not today. Tuesday. Yeah, there was no news today at 7. That was from last week. All right, so here are my profits so far. Not too bad to kick off the trading week, of course, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's fine. For the first trading day of the week, I wasn't expecting to take anything today, but at least we locked in something right here. All right, so let's see. Pretty much just waiting for this to play out. See some more profits out here from a couple of our members. We've got David over here. Nice work, David. So David's currently up 74.20 for the day. Nice work, David, in both ways. So solid profits right there to kick off your trading week. We got Will over here as well. Will said he overtraded on 1. Still going to call it a day, 250 away to pass his first challenge. Nice work, Will. So Will over here made a mistake over here on the first trade, which is okay, it happens. The good thing is he bounced right back from it, locked in a total profit of 141, and then he's $250 away from his first challenge. Nice work, Will. And you come a long way, bro. It's good that you're finding that consistency, right? Because I remember when you first joined, you had consistency and then you overtraded and then you ended up blowing the account or over leveraged. And then now you're back at it again, but you're like, you're coming back smarter. So yeah, you did overtrade on the first one, but the good thing is that you didn't over leverage. So yeah, the big thing here is that your lot sizes are the same. I remember before you were having like totally different lot sizes per trade. And then you kind of like moved your stop loss like further. So that was even worse, increasing your risk, but you're doing a lot better now. So nice work, Will. Yeah, Will said big thing was he was risking too much. Yeah, exactly. Over leveraging was like your main problem before. Now you're on point. You're consistent with your lot sizes. And I mean, over trading is going to happen so like every so often, but I think you'll be good. So yeah, if you can call it a day, I would just call it a day and then come back tomorrow, take that one trade, pass your challenge, get to your verification, get funded, and then continue on from there. Some more profits here from Patrick. So let's see, Patrick just posted his profits. He's currently up 777 for the day. Nice work, Patrick. Full TP on that move. So key thing with you, Patrick, too, you're over trading, right? So make sure that, after this live session, you're done. I think that's the issue with most people. So I created a new section in the course, guys. If you guys haven't been on the course, I've updated it with all the new videos. So if you guys have access to the strategies course, I'll show you guys a preview real quick if I could pull it up. All right, so if you guys have access to the strategies course, I've updated everything. So basically, anything with Kodi Kai Trades 2.0, this is all that you guys need to focus on. If you guys want to master what we're doing here in the live session, I pretty much have everything here. Telegram, Zoom, TradingView, MetaTrader, etc. I show you how to set up, your MetaTrader 4, your TradingView, all of my indicators here, and then the strategies that we're applying in order. So momentum scalp failure, momentum scalp variation, momentum scalp, and then the breakout. Red flags, also this thing right here. So main issues with traders, I updated this right here. It's basically breaking down what everyone's issues are, right? Revenge trading, over leveraging, no trading plan, and focusing too much on other traders. So if you guys just want to check this out, it's on the course. And yeah, I mean, once we start the mentorship, because I'm doing the mentorship next month for February, we're basically just going to focus on these 2.0 modules. And it's basically going to teach you exactly what we're doing here on the live session, so that you guys can focus on just this. So pretty much just these 3 main strategies, plus maybe the breakout 2.0, if it aligns, but for the most part, just these 3 main strategies right here. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, feel free. Otherwise, we'll keep looking for another entry here. It's 7:36 right now, so it's getting close to 8 o'clock, guys. As it gets near to 8, I'm going to wrap it up. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. My goal here is to help you guys out. I do pretty well with my trading, so I'm just here trying to spread the knowledge with you guys, share my strategy, share my concepts, because you guys will see that I trade completely different compared to everyone else. If you look at everybody else online who trades anything really, not just Forex, but or not just US30, but in general, my trading style is a lot different compared to everyone else. So, you know, there's going to be a learning curve if you guys have learned trading from somebody else, but if you guys learn my concepts here and my strategies, I think it's very lucrative, especially during this type of market. Since we're going into a recession, I think scalping is going to be key throughout this entire year, because the longer moves are going to be harder to catch, especially during the recession, because you're going to get a lot of this, you know, a lot of this erratic movement. The scalps are going to be easy for you to just get in and out really quickly. You know, we're in this trade for like a few seconds, if not a few minutes, and then we're out. We don't get caught in any of that manipulation. We're pretty much just, we're fishing for these entries. Yeah, Jonathan said, price seems overextended. I'm going to run away with my profits. Yeah, no, probably a good idea, Jonathan. I'm thinking about the same thing too. That's why I'm not really looking for any entries here, because it is already 7:40. We have 20 minutes till 8. So there's no need to really force anything right now, right? I made pretty good profit for the day so far. So just looking over here at my profits for the day, let me just add them up real quick. And this is just from like one trade, 1.5 trade, basically. Locked in 1770 plus 1970 plus 1770 plus 1770 plus 1770 plus 231. So I made a total profit of 9,281 for the day, just with one trade across all my accounts, basically one trade and a half a trade. So it's not bad. And this is just to kick off the week, right? We're kicking off the week in profit, which is good. You don't want to kick off the week in a hole, because it's going to be difficult for you to pull your way out and make profit by the end of the week. So nice. Yeah, so Nelly said last trade was supposed to be on his demo, but he hit TP before he could get out, tried to close with profit. So Nelly over here accidentally took another trade on his actual account, locked in a total profit of 2,172. All wins, no losses, Nelly. Great work. Patrick over here. Patrick said, love the days when it seems like clockwork, right, Patrick? No, exactly. And I agree with you too. So Patrick over here just took a bunch of trades this morning, all full TPs, straight wins, total profit of 3,754 for the day. Nice work, Patrick. Yeah, so Kip was asking what happened with my Henko. That was my Henko. So it was my Surge Trader account. If you guys heard of Surge Trader, they're a funding company. They're having a contest right now. So I just secretly joined the contest. I wanted to basically beat everybody. And then it'd say Kodi Kai trades on there, but they're not copying my trades. So unfortunately, I don't think they allow copiers. So I couldn't be part of the contest. I mean, it would have been cool. I looked at their stats. I mean, it looks like something I could have probably. Well, I probably wouldn't be on the top list, but I would be like definitely like on the second page maybe, because I'm not going for any big moves here. But if I'm going for like at least like 1% a day, and we go for a whole month, I'd probably be up like maybe 15 to 20%. But it's all good. I was trying to just sneak into their contest and just show my profits off, but they're not copying my trades, so it's all good. So let me see if there's anything else over here that I need to look at. Yeah, this thing is tanking super hard, guys. So you probably don't want to enter any sells right now. I know it's tempting to enter these sells here because price is dumping super hard and everything does align, but I wouldn't recommend chasing it because it's due for retracement. It's going to have to come up at some point. Like, I don't know what's going on right now. Something going on? Oh, it's weighted down by Goldman Sachs. So it says Goldman Sachs posts its worst earnings miss in a decade as revenue falls while expenses rise. Okay, so Goldman Sachs is pretty much weighing down the entire US30 indice right now. All right, so that's what's causing the drop. we will just have to, we'll have to see where this ends up going. But damn, that's a big drop. Let me check CNBC real quick. Yeah, they're down pretty heavy. Yeah, Peter said they're down 23 points. It's just that one stock too. Let me see if I can pull up the, yeah, they fall nearly 250 points, a lot. Yeah, this thing's dumping. Don't really recommend hopping into any moves right now, guys. I know it's tempting to hop into these sells because you see price dropping super heavily. Last thing you want to do is enter it and then price corrects right back up, because this is technically where it's supposed to be. So this big drop happened right here. Technically, price should be up here. So if it does correct back up, it's going to push right back up to this point right there, at least. Yeah, I don't recommend hopping into this here. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, it's 7:42 right now. It's about 18 minutes till 8. Nice. Steven over here took the sell earlier too, locked in a total profit of 1,184. Nice work, Steven. So let me see it. For this Steven over here, he said a point one is $10 per point. So trying to calculate. So I'm trying to figure out what the lot sizes are for leveled up society. If anyone here has used leveled up, and you know what the pip worth is, or what lot size you guys use, if you guys could have some input, that'd be cool. But let's see, Steven said 1.1 equals $10 per 100 pips. Okay. So if that's the case, man, let me just check my course, because I suck at math, but I know in the course I put down how much each pip is worth on FTMO. So let me just pull it up real quick. I just want to help Steven with this because I know he asked about this yesterday. So let me just help him out real quick. Yeah, Rashida says that it's same as Vital Markets. Okay, thanks, Rashida. Yeah, it sounds about right, because yeah, Vital Markets is what they use as well. I think that group with their trading. So basically, all right, so if one lot is $10 per 100 pips, leveled up equals 10 cents times. Oh, it's the same thing. So I think it's the same thing. Yeah, I think it's, I don't know, I could be tripping, because it looks different on his. Okay. So my math sucks. Let me see if I can see this. So I'm trying to see what he used here. Let me just. Yeah, so what Rashida mentioned is that there's a failure running right now, not one that I would personally take because, obviously how the market's moving right now, but there is a failure that's currently running right now, momentum scalp failure. Not one I would personally take, but I'll mark it up for you guys. Probably want to use a smaller TP stop loss for this one because it's or actually you could use a 250 here. It's not that bad. I mean, depending on what your TP stop loss would be. I think the stop loss might be a little too tight though. So maybe you want to go for the 250. So I'm not in this position, guys. I'm going to keep trying to help Steven over here with this question. So basically, I'm trying to figure out. So this is considered, see, 996. 34075 minus 336. This is considered like 790 pips. So okay, so that makes sense. So it looks like all right, I did the math. Trade, it's dollar worth 1.5 size. It was $1.50 per pip. Yeah, so let me go back to your question above here, Steven. So yeah, now we got the numbers down. I actually like when it's like this because it's a lot easier to count it. So yeah, so if you're using a 50K count, all right, cool. So on a 50K count, all right. So yeah, basically Steven over here is asking, what lot size he should use. So like doing the math over here. So with the 300 pip stop loss, price movement. With a 300. One point five times 300. Damn, there's another entry that came up right here that I missed. But it's okay. I'm not going to take it. It's getting too close to 8. So there's another entry that came up right after, guys. There was a momentum scout failure here that Rashid identified. And then also another one that came up right here, right after, is a momentum scout variation and a momentum scalp, like regular momentum scalp. So there's a trifecta of strategies running right now. We have the momentum scalp failure, and then we also have momentum scalp variation and regular momentum scalp. I missed the entry on this one. I was thinking about maybe taking it for a partial entry for like 100 pips, but I don't think let me see if I can maybe get in for 100 pips at the end. Yeah, I'll see if I can maybe get in for this. For the last little push right there. Anyways, let me go back over here real quick. Yeah, volatility is just really low right now, so it's not really a good time to enter because you might be stuck in this position for a little longer than you want. Yeah, the volatility is really low right now. Typically, this would blast right through TP already, but let's take a look at everything. Everything's still bearish on the 10, bearish on the 5. The 1 minute here is just a little choppy, but it is still bearish overall. So I do think price will probably make its way down eventually. But, as I mentioned, it is a little bit of a risky move because the volatility is extremely low right now. It's getting closer to 8. So at around 8 o'clock, price starts to consolidate in range. And we'll just see where it goes from here. So I'll leave it alone. Let me finish answering this right here. Let's do, I think, 5 times 300. Exactly. Yeah. So he'll be using a 5 lot for that, and then a 3 lot for. Oops, 2 lot, 2 times. All right. So let's see. All right, so it hit my TP, guys. I got in just for like the last push right there. I didn't get in for the full move, but I got in for the last push, like I mentioned. So as price dropped down right there, it dropped straight, filled my entry, and then went straight to my TP. So 3 back-to-back entries right there, though. So if you guys took any of them, I mean, they literally all hit. The one I took right here, the only one I'm going to count is going to be this one because I didn't take this previous one. The only one I got was this one right here. Here, let me see. I'll go ahead and I'll mark these up so that you guys can see which entries came up. I mean, because you guys could have taken like literally any entry that you wanted. So I'll give a little update here for this one here for whoever took that one. Momentum scalp failure. It might have just been Rashida because she was the only one that identified it. I wasn't paying attention when it came up. So this one right here is for the momentum scalp failure. I wasn't able to catch that one, unfortunately, but it's all good. That one was for the momentum scalp failure. And then this one over here was for both of these that came up right after. Basically a double entry on the same candle. So as you guys can see, if you guys wait for these entries, the entries will come to you. It's really just being patient and waiting for it. The problem with majority of traders is that they're not patient, right? Like you guys get antsy and you want to enter the trade right away. But if you just wait for it, even if it pulls back, odds of it coming back down are very likely. So that's pretty much what I did. Damn, my accounts added up. So it's looking nice right now across all my accounts. TFF still screwed me, but whatever. You guys will see the price difference between my accounts. So, all right, let me just copy this over real quick. Whoops, put that in here. Okay, so as you guys can see, my FTMO number 1 locked in 2,830, FTMO number 2, 3,580. Good slippage in my favor. 3,230 on my MFF number 1, same on my MFF number 2, 3,200, same with my MFF number 3, 3,200, and then my TFF gave me like partial profit again, probably like $500, which, I mean, it is what it is. I got to deal with it, but I still made some profit off it, so that was a good thing. Nice, yeah. And then Kip over here marked up the daily entry for the 10-minute. Nice. So Justin over here posted his profits, total profit of 906 for the day, all wins. Nice work, Justin. And then his second account over here, 1,374 for the day. Great work, Justin, all wins. And then here's my accounts. Here's Patrick. He said, I'm out. Thanks, Sean. So Patrick over here locked in a total profit of 1,307 for the day. Moved his stop loss and profit on that last trade. Great work, Patrick. Anelli over here. Congrats to Anelli. So Anelli just passed phase 2 of his challenge. So Anelli is now funded. Nice work, Anelli. Man, great work. Congrats, Anelli over here. I know you come a long way, bro, getting to this funded. I think you're 2 funded accounts now, right? So yeah, good thing you never gave up. I know you were thinking about giving up before and you finally came back and played out perfect. So 2 funded accounts on Anelli's side now. Maddie over here, no green strips, but all wins, total profit of 477 for the day. Nice work, Maddie. Gosh, okay, yeah. Anelli said this is his first one. He has 4 days left for the minimum. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So this is his first funded account. His second funded account is on the way. So nice work, guys. Here's CSUK right here. Total profit of 7,963 for the day. Great work, CSUK. CERN over here as well. CERN is currently up 724 for the day. All wins, no losses. Nice work, CERN. Here's Barack. Barack said, good day, Sean, mission recover account. So today, Barack had all wins as well. Total profit of 6,822 for the day. Great work, Barack. All right, guys, you guys are killing it. Nice work, guys. So pretty solid. Keonia over here as well. Locking a total profit of 123. All wins, no losses, full TPs. Nice work on holding your trades, Keonia. I know it might have been hard stressing out, waiting for those trades to hit, but good thing you held on to them because they went straight to TP. So nice work right there, Keonia. Let's see if there's anything else here. Keep up the wins. Yeah, so Barack over here is trying to recover his account. You'll be fine, Barack. Just got to stay consistent. Nelly over here, he said his phase 2 is at 2K profit. Nice. Awesome, man. So I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here locking in a lot of profit to kick off the trading week. If there's any other questions, guys, it's 8 o'clock. So I'm going to be cutting off my trading session right now. I don't want to trade after 8. That's usually where the market starts to consolidate and range. Not a good time to make entries. So if there's any other, yeah, you're cool, Maddie. If you can check it out later, that'd be cool. But if there's any more profit that you guys want to share, feel free to post them up. Otherwise, I think this might be it. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I didn't miss anything over here. Nice. Yeah, Camo said he took a loss, then a win, then he pulled out early on another win. Done for the day with a small profit. Yeah, some profit's better than none, Camo. So yeah, if it seems like your mindset might kind of be off a little bit right now, and that's fine. It's, beginning of the week. So if your mindset and trade psychology is kind of off, it's probably best to just call it a day, come back tomorrow fresh, and bounce back. But you made profit for the day, so I think you're solid. I think the main key is really making profit for the day, right? If you guys make profit for the day, it's better than having a loss. So even if it's little profit, that's enough to get you over the hump. All right, so I'm just going to take a screenshot of my individual profits. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, I'll be wrapping this up shortly. All right, that's good. I want to make sure my TFFs are all the same. Let's screenshot one of them. There's no point in me taking a bunch. All right, so one of my TFFs is different. Sorry, not TFF. One of my MFFs is different. The other two are the same. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of first account and the second account. Kind of bummed the Surge Trader account didn't work with my copier because I was trying to just prove the strategy there, but it's all good. I don't care. I'm not really trying to share my strategy anyways. Like if you guys who are here, you guys are cool. But I'm not really openly advertising my strategies anymore because I don't want too many people using our strategies. The more people that use our strategies here, the less effective they'll be, right? I don't want anybody trading the same way I am because we've been trading this way for years now and it's been pretty solid. I don't want like everybody applying the same strategy and then the market maker starts to trade against us. That's gonna be worst case scenario. Because then I'm gonna have to figure out other strategies to apply. So I think as long as we stay under the radar, I think we'll be cool. All right, so my profits posting up right now. All right, so let's take a look at my profits real quick, guys. I don't see any other questions, so I will post up these profits and then we will wrap it up for the day. Yes, Barack said he has to be careful. Here's Maddie. So Maddie said, took your advice from last week, 1-2 trades last week versus today. So you can see over here, Maddie, you can see like on the 12th, he took 20 trades. So this guy was over trading like no other on this day. Today he took 2 trades and he made basically more profit than he did on the 11th and more profit on the 10th and basically just as much profit on the 8th, on the 13th, and he took 8 trades that day. So this is the consistency I was telling you guys about, right? You don't need to take like 20 trades a day. You can take 1 or 2 quality entries and you can make just the same amount as much of profit that you would if you were taking like 20 trades. So nice work right there, Maddie. Good consistency and discipline with your entries. So here are my accounts for the day so far, guys. I locked in a total profit on my first account. This is with the green strips. Obviously, you can see it hit my TP, my FTMO, locked in 2,830. Here is my FTMO number 2, locked in a total profit of 3,580. Here's my MFF number 1, locked in 3,230. MFF number 2, 3,280. MFF number 3, 3,280. And then my TFF, of course, I got screwed again. I locked in 1,500 on this move. They only gave me 600 on my TFF. So I'm over it. I mean, it is what it is. I got to just take what they gave me. But I'm not really looking to open another account with them. I was hoping they'd be good so I can open like max accounts with them, but they're not. And you guys can see the big profit difference, right? This is 797 for the day when I'm making like 3,500 on my other accounts. It's not worth the risk. I mean, unless you get funded and then you can just collect profits every month, which is what I'm doing. That's the only reason I do them, but I'm not going to do another account with them. So, all right. Other than that, guys, let me check the chat real quick and see if there's anything else that, so Shannon said, just subscribe. We'll see you on the Zoom tomorrow. Awesome, Shannon. Good to see you back here in the group. I know it's been a while. Charles said he asked Surge Trader and they don't allow copiers. I figured. It's all good. I'm going to take that account off my copier then. Glenn's asking, hey, Sean, may I know if your buy or sell indicators is based off RSI? Definitely not. That's like one of the worst indicators to use. So no, none of my indicators are based off the RSI. I don't recommend anyone use that. I mean, it's good as a confluence with like other strategies, but the RSI alone is probably like one of the worst indicators to use. So I don't base any of my indicators off the RSI. There's way more quality indicators that you can use in conjunction or with RSI to have better entry types. But yeah, RSI definitely 100% no. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. You guys can email me, Sean@KodiKaiTrades.com. If you guys are new here and you want access to all the indicators, just go on the website and these strategies website, KodiKaiTrades.com. Click on unlock your free access right here. As you guys know, I'm holding basically a free mentorship next month with friends and family. So I'll be posting up details on that if you guys send me your interest. But other than that, I think that might be it, guys. If you guys want to rewatch any of the previous live sessions, check out this link right here. Get your access to the live trading sessions. It'll take you to the YouTube channel and you'll see all of my live sessions right here. I've been trading live for about 3 or 5 years now. Everything is documented. So if you ever want to go back and rewatch any of my live sessions, they're all right here. Everyone's daily profits right here. All the mentoring sessions down here, all the strategies down here, all the trades of the week down here. So a lot of things that you guys can find on our website. But other than that, I'll be back here tomorrow for the next live session. So, all right, guys, I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions, I'll see you guys in the chat. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next live session. So catch you guys then and have a great rest of your day, guys. See you guys tomorrow.